Altra Mont Blanc Carbon Ultra Stop Tire Running Shoe. How does it perform? How did it feel when I'm running in it? So far I've clocked around 200 kilometers in this shoe. Easy runs, races, ultras. How does it feel? Stay tuned for my initial review. Like usual, before I start the review, I would like to state that I bought the Altra Mont Blanc Carbon with my own money from Running Warehouse Europe, and all the opinions expressed in this video are my own. Some specifications about the shoe: 29mm midsole, both at the front and at the heel, which makes it a 0mm drop, a V-brim light base at the bottom with 3.5mm lugs, two types of foams in the midsole, an Ego Max, and within the core there's Ego Pro foam. The upper is a very comfortable mesh upper. Foot shape is a standard foot shape. Foam softness is that of 19.6 on the hardness scale, which according to runrepeat.com it is on the same ballpark as the Saucony Endorphin Edge. The width at the big toe is 86.3mm. It has a gusseted tongue and it weighs 295 grams in my size, that is European 44.5. The retail price is that of €250. As I said, I bought the Ultra a couple of months ago. It actually was around May or June. I bought it with the aim to run ultras and race in it. So far I have clocked around 200 kilometers with various runs, including a 40-kilometer easy run, a 43-kilometer trail run on Mount Etna last September, an 18-kilometer race in Malta, and a couple of sessions where I had to go up a hill, a 1-kilometer hill all out, go run down all out, and then run all out as well for another 1 kilometer on flat terrain. There are some things that I like so far and some things that concern me at this stage. Let me start with the things that I like. First of all, I really like this upper. It's a very nice, comfortable upper. And the thing that I like the most in it, that small debris doesn't go through. It might not be as breathable as something as the Ultra Olympus 6. However, I am kind of willing to leave breathability out and have something of this sort, especially when running through sand. As I said, when we went to Mount Etna to race, at the Etna Eco Trail, this was an amazing shoe. It covered the whole shoe in lava, stone and sand, and nothing went through. I was wearing Ultras gaiters as well. However, from the midfoot and from the forefoot, nothing came through, thanks to the gusseted tongue and thanks to this tightly knit mesh upper. The midsole, in the beginning, I did not enjoy the midsole too much. I felt that there's a lot of fanfare about it, but there's nothing special. It feels similar to other midsoles from Ultra, that means not so responsive and a little bit muted down. However, as the Ego Max started breaking down and as I started incorporating more fast runs with the shoe, this shoe really started coming to life, and I believe that's where it shines. It shines when you are pushing, when you are actually pounding this foam, and then you might feel some responsiveness. In the beginning, when I was doing some easy runs, even to break in the shoe, it felt nothing special compared to any other shoe, so I would not justify paying this amount of money for an easy run shoe. However, for those fast runs, or maybe you're doing an ultra and you're really sometimes trying to pick up a bit the pace and pushing a bit, this shoe, I think, it fits the bill very, very well. The carbon plate, it's a flexible carbon plate, so it's not a very aggressive shoe, and that's something that I usually look for when I buy carbon plated shoe. I'm not a fast runner, at least if I'm doing ultras. I am not running with 4 minutes per kilometer. So having a shoe which can accommodate slowing down and then increasing the pace, for me it's a must. And I think this shoe does tick the box in that area. As I said, I love the carbon plate more for the rock protection rather than the pushing forward, because if you see, it is flexible. Of course, when you're going uphill, sometimes that little bit of stiffness might help you push forward on hills. The outsole, so far it does not disappoint from grip perspective. I did not have the opportunity to try it in wet conditions. However, I tried it on sandy kind of terrain, hills, downhills and uphills. I tried it as well on gravel and it does a very good job. The only issue is that the lugs are pretty shallow, and if the gravel is a little bit too deep or the soil is a little bit soft and is deep, of course it might not perform as good as some other very aggressive or higher lugs. I'm gonna speak about the things that concern me. Primarily is the durability of the shoe. As I said, I haven't reached yet 200 kilometers, I'm slightly short of 200 kilometers, and there are some parts which are already worn out, especially on the outsole. Parts of the outsole, some kind of glue sometimes is kind of coming a bit off, which so far I don't believe is gonna affect the performance. However, some of the lugs are already flesh with the midsole. Yes, in the forefoot and other parts are still, I'm not going to call them intact, but yes, still they are still visible and there's still some millimeters left. The other thing is the durability of the little overlays that it has. In some parts the glue is kind of coming off. I'm not sure again that it will affect the performance. However, for a 250 euro shoe, I would expect that this will last at least 400 kilometers intact. I know I gave it a little bit of a hard time on Mount Etna because the lava stones tend to be a little bit sharp. However, apart from that, it did not suffer that much. That was it for today. I hope that you found this initial review useful. Feel free to comment in the comments below if you have any questions. If I can help, I would gladly reply to your messages. If not, I will let you know as well. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing and press the thumbs up if you like this video.